Okay, so it didn't even occur to me that you knew less than I even thought. But I don't want to badger you about learning music theory because even I don't really know it. But there are a few things that you should know for your very basics just because of the way that the music theory informs the guitar theory. So I'm not interested in making sure you know music theory, but guitar theory is kind of important. So, like, you know how you can make an E or an A, right? And then the E, just move it up one fret and it becomes an F, and the A it becomes B flat or A sharp. Because you know B, you gotta have a B. There's no other way to play a B. There's no, like cowboy chord version of B. I mean, apart from the B7, but we're not getting into that. And then, you know, so A, B flat, B, C. C is on the third fret. G is the one above it because it's E, F, F sharp, G. So G. Now the thing that's interesting about that is that the regular C, your cowboy chord C, is technically the next step up. If there was another string, it would be your bar chord version of that. It's like it's the thing higher because the whole thing is done in fifths. And I know you don't know theory, but fifths is just the fifth note in any major scale, right? And major scales start on whatever note you're on. Let's say G, and they go a whole step, which means 2 frets, then a whole step, then a half step, then a whole step, whole step. Wait, no, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Yeah, because it's let's see, G, A, B. No, yeah, whole step, 3 whole steps, a half step, 2 whole steps, a half step, then C sharp, D, then E, F sharp, and back to G, right? So anyway, but that's not the point. It doesn't matter. The fifth, the idea is that um, that's an A, the fifth note of A. So A, B, C, D, E. E is the fifth one. So it goes from A to E. Below that, D, A, E. In fact, the other thing about fifths is that they skip over each other. So uh, D and E right next to each other with the A in between. Well, what comes below that? What's below the A? It's a G. G, right? And of course, it's a guitar, so it all gets screwed up right here with that B because technically that would normally be the C, but it makes it easier to make bar chords because when you're doing these lower sets, you're A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, E flat, E, F, right? When you're doing them down there, you could do just the A shape. Well, if it was the C, you'd have to have that pinky there every time. And then this would become the minor version because the difference between the minor is just that one note that comes over. Now, I know you don't know music theory, but that note's what's called the third. It's the third in the scale for whatever chord you're doing. So, if let's say we're doing G, G, right? So 1, 2, 3. Well, look at that. It's the B. Well, when you make a cowboy chord, G, G, and then B. So B is the third of G because G, A, B, number 3. It's always the B, right? So now, normally that would be a B. Well, you want to make it minor, you minor that third. So instead of being the whole, it's the flat. So it becomes the A flat. So, I mean, obviously you know that G flat, or you do it like this. Anytime you're making a bar chord, see this ring finger right there, that's holding the third. Whoops, third. So you flatten that by going down one. So to play a minor bar chord, you just pick up that finger. Same thing over here when you're doing them on the lower set. You notice it makes the exact same shape as the upper set. And it's because this is an A, right? And that's an A minor, right? So A minor, A minor. So you're just moving that A minor up, and it gets minor all the way up. Other secret, below that, farther down toward the ground, that's where your D shape comes in. It would be the bar chord underneath that bar chord, and usually contain the third right here. It's with the pinky. Like when you play a regular D, you want the root, the D, to be the lowest note so that you know, hey, that's a D. But you could just as easily make it an inversion by putting the D under that F sharp. And you see that move all the way up the neck just like all the other bar chords. One really cool song, and that's where we're actually going with this, is by Gary Portnoy. And it starts way up here at the 13th fret on the A string. And the reason I'm playing that is because I need an A sharp, and I need the A sharp to be the bass underneath this, right? So that's an A sharp. Then we come down one string and over back to the 12. And then the rest of this is a little bit of a sweep, but it's a sweep under that D. So you'll notice that I'm making that exact same shape from earlier. It's the D, but with that inverted third. And then you go up one more. So that's an A sharp chord, but way the fuck up here at the top of the neck. So, and then so we got the A sharp, and we're gonna fall back to an F. And the interesting thing, I mean, A sharp is a B flat, right? So B flat and F are right here at the first position as a regular power chord, or a regular bar chord, and a regular bar chord above it. But over here's where we're going to start, because it goes. So we're going A sharp to F, but doing it way up high. And then I like this little blue note. Just start on this. You don't want to play this, but you want it to just kind of, you know. Right? So just play that a few times. A little A sharp, but really it's B flat, but it doesn't matter. That's all about context that music theory nerds need to know about. To us, it doesn't matter. The chord is the same fucking chord. Go to the first one and play the first lower side power chord. And then just straight up above it to the F. Slide up to the 4th fret. Just slide that bar chord right up here, right? And it's going to be like a quick thing. Just kind of pick out whatever strings you want. It doesn't matter. And then we're going to fall down one, back to the G. So G sharp to G. Or just go to a regular bar chord, cowboy chord G if you want. And then to C, and then back to F. So that's the first part. So that's the verse. Play through that twice. And then we're going to come all the way over to here, right? Down lower set. Then This is an E flat, so it's on the 6th fret. It's in between the 5 and the 7, the D and the E. So we're on an E flat. And then it goes straight up, which this is an A flat again. I mean a B flat, an A sharp again. So it's the exact same notes as the other one. It's not like a higher key or anything. It's the exact same fucking chord. But we're gonna go from this to up. We're gonna fall back a whole step, so 2 frets. So in here we're not playing on any odd number frets. We're playing the ones in between. Everything is sharp or flat or whatever. Then we're gonna do a little 1, 2, 3, and back to that B flat. 1, 2, 3. But this time we go over here to that D minor. So make the, it's not that one, it's this one, just like up here, but down there, but on the 5th fret. And so when we go D minor, but when we're going to go major, when we go back to here, so make it the A shape, hold all 3 of these down to bar. And you know me, I bar it just with that one finger because it's fat and I can push my pinky into it. But if you feel like doing it like this, and you can do it like that, I mean, that's all you, buddy, if you want to do it that way, but whatever. Anyway, so so then we just put it all together, right? Something like that. But got a little hyperactive. But anyway, you got it.